Hello and welcome to episode 2 of JP's Ceratosaurus reviews, and today we have this for you. That's right, the Jurassic World Spinosaurus from the Bashabita series, and I picked on him a little bit the last time, so we'll go a little bit easier on him this time. Well, just a little. Right, so let's start with the packaging, and on the top left is that nice chrome and blue Jurassic World logo. I'm quite a fan of that logo, to be honest, though still love the original Jurassic Park just a little bit more. And then you've got the nice red and blue scale packaging here. You see it going across, and it's on all the Jurassic World packaging. It's a nice bit of packaging it is too. And in her rightful place is that nice T-Rex. Would you have it any other way? I certainly would not. Now then, let's have a little bit of a look at the packaging a bit more in detail. So we have chomping attack action with the tail moving up and down, but we'll look into that a little bit more later. And Spinosaurus, I think we can see that. And 4+, I think I'd just about make that one, so that's all good then. Right, so the sides, Spinosaurus and Jurassic World, exactly the same on the other side. And then on the back here, we have the Jurassic World logo again in the chrome and blue. Blue scales, don't follow the red pattern on the back, I see. Spinosaurus and GB, Great Britain, a ferocious fight for survival. Doesn't quite make sense when you say Spinosaurus, a ferocious fight for survival, but we can live with it, I'm sure. Now, sorry if there's a reflection on the camera from the light here. It looks like there is in my point of view, but hopefully we can sort that out. So, chomping jaws, which we've already looked at on the front. Now, I like this pose here at the Spinosaurus. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's quite a cool pose. It does note down here, though, some poses may require additional support, which, looking at that one, it probably does. So we've got Spinosaurus, and for some reason, a load of warnings in different languages. Can't actually see what the warning's for, unless it's just for that no under 3s, which is a bit odd to have so many warnings. But then I guess there's so many languages in this modern world. Right. Now we have the authentic Jurassic World product with the universal logo there, Hasbro.com/Jurassic World. And on the bottom there, easy, very itty bitty there, the rest in the series. I'm dying to get the Ankylosaurus, me and my daughter love it. But yes, not so worried about the Tyrannosaurus. The Stegoceratops seems kind of cool, but I'd rather something that was actually, something that would add to my collection rather than just some random hybrid for the sake of a toy. Yeah, so that's that. Now, I will get this thing opened up and unwrapped for you all, and we can review it. And we're back with that Spinosaurus out of the packaging. Right, first thing I'd like to look at is the paintwork, because I quite like it on this Spinosaurus. I mean, this muddy sandy colour and this brown, it works really well, and the orange is a nice touch. It's not very good on the face, really. It does look a bit cartoonish with that, the way the eyes well, that eye's not painted very well. It's much better on the other side. But yeah, with the bright purpley pink mouth and the big teeth, it's a bit goofy looking, but I still really like this toy. It's one of the better ones compared to the rest of the work we've had from them. I mean, as I say, the paintwork works really well. It's a shame it doesn't carry on the tail. That's a bit lazy, and it's also a shame on the bottom of the spines here, because if you look, there's a line there where obviously one half has met the other, and on this side it's painted on there a tiny bit, and it's that bit of detailing that would have made this side look even better, especially as this is the side that doesn't have screw holes. So we'll get to screw holes in a minute with this series of toys. yeah, so I really like the paintwork on this. As I said, it's a shame the face doesn't look a bit better, but I can live with it. I like the JW. It could be a different colour just to make it stand out a bit more, but you can see in this video that it does stand out enough to see the JW. Yeah, if we have a quick look at the arms move, you know, pretty decently. You get plenty of poses out of them, though I can feel the more I do this, the looser it feels, so I'm not going to do that too much. And it's the same with the legs. I've had a little look at that, and the more I've posed it and things before doing this video, yeah, you can see if I move it there, she drops down. These legs are loosening up, so I'm not going to mess about with it too much. But yeah, I like it. But one thing to look at here is what a lot of people have said and joked about, and that is the positioning of these feet. If we pop her down here, you'll see the way she stands there. Those toes, these toes, seem to be pointing up a wee bit. Now, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but at the same time, I'm not 100% convinced that's how it's meant to stand. While the heels of her feet are flat to stand like that, it's only really good for any posing or playing. If you're going to have it down eating something, which is no good, well, not really. But if you, what I found was, if we adjust the legs, she stands on the toes. This leg does keep dropping though, which doesn't help. She stands on those toes pretty fine, you know, he says. Deary me. Well, I found before doing this that she stood on them fine. There. Stands on those toes okay. And it's probably how I'd pose it. And it would be nice to pose it this way around. It's a shame the screw holes are on this side, because I personally like it leaning in the way it is, and if I could have it posed like that I would, but I'm not a huge fan of those screw holes. Now this one is one of the better ones again, in that it's only got 3 of the screw holes. You know, if we were to have a look at the T-Rex, for example, that thing's got 5 or 6. I mean, that's a huge amount of screws for what it's quite a small one as well, to have 5 or 6 screws, but we'll get into that one in another video. This one only has the 3, and I can live with that, really, but it would be nice to not have the one in the middle of the neck. I mean, Kenner managed it with the JP line, and it had glue, you know. Why can't this just be glued together? Why does it need these screws? But I guess we'll have to live with it. Maybe, perhaps they'll give us something better in the future, who knows. Now, we'll have a look at the main thing that people buy these toys for, and that is the features. Now, you can see there's a little gap in the tail here, which is a shame, because it could be closer. Turn it round again. It's a shame because it's the screw hole side, but that gap's a lot smaller. And just quickly, you'll see a little serial number there, and there's some details in the same colour as the plastic there as well. But yeah, so if we bring the tail down, the head comes up. If we move the tail sideways, she moves her head sideways and she opens her jaw. Now you can, I don't think you're supposed to, because it doesn't feel very smooth, but you can get some sort of movement going. It's quite cool. If you remember the end of the film, she lifts her head up, and the end of the third film, sorry, she lifts her head up and there's this big roar. You can kind of get that going, but yeah, it's difficult. But yeah, there you have it. That's the review pretty much done on this one. I mean, the Jurassic World line hasn't been great. It has been a bit of a disappointment, to be honest. And compared to previous Jurassic Park films and the toys we've had from that, it's not going to get rated hugely against those. But if I had to rate it out of 5, I'd probably give it a 3.5. You know, if it didn't have these gaps and things, it'd score even better. You know, if the face was a little less goofy, if you fix the gaps and the goofy face, I'd probably, including the screw holes, I'd probably still give it a 4.5 if it didn't have those things. For me, I'm a bit fussy about the way they look. I like the I like to be able to set up a diorama or something, And while I do let my kids play with my Jurassic Park figures and things, I know a lot of people wouldn't, but they're toys. We should play with them and enjoy them. And that's the best part about letting my children play with them, is that I can play with them too. But yeah, as I say, that's that reviewed and done with, and yeah, until next time, that's a JP Ceratosaurus review. Please like, subscribe, and watch that video to your heart's content. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye. What's that you say? Bonus footage? Well, yes, bonus footage, because I was stupid and I forgot to talk about this. The huge gaping wound in the side of this Spinosaurus that if any dinosaur was carrying, it would have died from infection. But yeah, it's unnecessary. It's huge and we don't need it. I get the dino damage thing, maybe it brings in the fun side of having the dinosaurs fight and whatnot. It could be like 3 times smaller and still look cool. And if it was 3 times smaller, let's say that this bit here, these 2 bits of flesh that are close together are actually joined up, the ribs would look much better as well. To be honest, they look like they've been painted on with Tipex or something, and there's not really any detailing there in the plastic to actually make it look like ribs, so it does just look like you've got 2 painted white lines. Apart from that, I mean, there is other dino damage on this that actually looks really cool, especially in the fin, on the top of the spines there in the fin. You see there's 2 or 3 slashes, and again, if we flip her over, there's the same toward the front of the fin. It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think there's any other damage on it. I haven't looked that closely. But I think that's a nice touch, if you wanted to have the dinosaurs fighting. That's a good way to go. So, yeah. End of bonus footage.